Today is day 7 of Masters Madrid and we have 2 matches today. Gen.G vs Sentinels and PRX vs Loud. Up first is Gen.G vs Sentinels. This is the upper final, so the winner goes straight through to the grand final, while the loser will drop to the lower final for a second chance. These two teams are in peak form right now, going on massive runs in the kickoff tournaments to reach this point. They're also the number 1 seeded teams out of Pacific and Americas respectively, so this is a massive matchup. The maps for this series are Split for Sentinels, Lotus for Gen.G, and then Breeze as the decider. Looking at the agents for Split, no team comp changes for either side, so that means a Cypher for Sentinels and a Jet for Gen.G. Here are some of the highlights from Split.
You're the only player that can really go down without being too much of a detriment. And obviously getting that extra information is a decent start. Zeka finding one. That's the spike down for Gen.G as well. This is starting to get worrying.
Well, Texture's down to 13 HP as well. You know, he's pretty much in an even fight regardless of who he takes on. That heal needed to come through. Luckily, there's been some time. As that clock runs down, the health goes back up for Texture, 100 HP. Lakia and Munchkin there to fight with him, but they have to walk into the open to take that spike into a big crossfire in play for Sentinels. Instead, they're going to take some space in heaven, get that little bit of extra space to play with, and here comes a snake bite. It's not gone fully into the corner. Still a nade to play with for Texture, flash for Lakia, but they're caught off guard, and Zeus is intense! Pick off both up top! That's a disaster for Gen.G! Now, the mid-hold, very strong for Sentinels. I don't imagine there's too much trouble. The close range engagement, though, catches Zelsis off, intense too! Looks like I should have kept my mouth shut. We're all of a sudden in a 5 versus 3. Showstopper popped and fired at random. It doesn't land, but they've got a huge advantage to play with here. Sassy needs to hold strong.
He's in a good position though. Already dropping a first, but the trade is instantaneous, keeping that huge advantage. What a chaotic start to this map already. The delay already put into position. Munchkin in a good spot, has a teammate alongside him, may not even need it, and it's going to be MasterCard Thrifty straight back. The pacey side of this round looking to come out as they take early space towards this A site. Pit already into mid, but straight over the top goes Meteor. He's looking to pressure.
Oh, I thought he might have had that for free, but the cage blocked off just enough to give him that little bit of space to work with. Still a player on B and one in mid. Gen.G have a lot of space. You don't expect to see a Sentinels crunch just yet. And look at how much they're keeping in their back pocket for the eventual fight. A Paranoia still to work with. Almost every piece of utility, that the big ones online. One flash just popped by Sassy, but Meteor turns. The blades are used up. Look, they're not finished pushing. Lakia went charging forward, even though his teammate had fallen back a little disjointed from Gen.G. But Munchkin capitalizes on the chaos, picks up 2, and keeps having control. That's a huge position for them to play with. And now Sentinels even send Sassy back to reclaim it, buying so much time as only Gen.G's on the site, flanked out and distracted by Meteor. The clock is running down. Munchkin late flanks up through heaven, and the classic blade's awkward. The knife kill is in, but it's too little too late.
Especially on that raise. It's been fearsome. Lakia though, ooh, he's actually just looking to deal with utility. He's gone down. Been having a bit of a rough map individually. And the problem is, this is all just the ruse. This is going to start pulling players over and put the pressure onto Meteor.
That's a spot that you have to check on the way out. For Sentinels, you imagine they will. Gen.G, look at him. You see him in the X-ray just sneaking past towards the screens. They'll never expect him to be in this corner. And the steps heard on the rotation back. Oh, this gap is absolutely massive. No way that Munchkin could expect it. But does he expect someone to be on the site? He could think that's the only player. One guy in screens coming back to check there's no one and running back. This all makes sense. For Texture to be here, though, oh, they'd have to be ever vigilant to see it. And now he's got an opportunity to trade it back further. It's huge from Texture. Completely bamboozling them. 10 seconds left, a nade on the floor, a blast back for the fight, but Zekin still wins it. 5 seconds, they need to plant it now. If they can deny this, it's done. On the spot, Karen does well to find one, and there's the follow-up. Gen.G. He doesn't even have a dash online. This guy's crazy. He's cloud bursting around to try and stay alive. He's still not running away, Tom. He's sticking around for a fight. I did not expect that.
Maybe not expecting that many players to be there. Texture as well, he wants to try and recover this. Such an aggressive start. The Paranoia Showstopper combo could have eliminated half of Sentinels. Instead, it found nothing. And now it does kind of look like Gen.G is scrambling a little bit. Such aggressive positions, and the fallback is going to go towards that A site. The thing is, though, because they had so much map control, there's been an early read from the side of Gen.G. Once again, It's looking like we might have 4 players within this A site as Sentinels go to push.
One flash on Lakia, one nade on Texture. No paranoia, some smokes. The second just came online for Karen, and one's just being popped down. Here comes the showstopper, though. That's the big gun on the other side. And Sentinels find the opening with it, but there's a response. Gen.G equalize things, catch them on the rotate up through heaven, and drop the spike. 20 seconds left, and the nade buys even more time. The rotation now from Texture as he realizes they're going to want to hightail it, move to the other side, but look, he's already here. He's ahead of them with 10 seconds left. There's no time for delay. They need this fight. They need to win it. And they have just about 5 seconds. 4 as he reaches the side. It's too late. They've bought enough time. The spike plant doesn't come in. Little bit of damage, but not too much. Sentinels not deterred from their aggression. Another player on site now. 4 players from Gen.G here ready to fight. Meteor the first to take it, and he won't stop. 3 kills already. It's left it all to Sassy, and it's done just like that.
Gen.G absolutely stunned Sentinels on split and take it 13-5. So far we've only seen Sentinels dominating other teams on this map, but now they're the ones getting rolled. It was bold of Gen.G to even let split through for Sentinels to pick, but clearly they were able to make it work quite well. Looking at the agents for Lotus now, and we have a mirror matchup, with the same team comps on either side. Here are some of the highlights from Lotus.
Where he'd throw over a haunt and figure out if there's someone in the area. That's a tough smoke to play around. Yeah, do you take the risk? Because if he goes down here and they close the distance, there's no way out. For Meteor, he's going to take that way out here and now.
He got dinked.
Oh, 10 HP. It's dangerous. The nade from Texture might delay them slightly, and he has a showstopper to work with. He's sticking around. That nade actually landed perfectly, and now the showstopper comes through. It doesn't find the kill, though. A battle in the air, and Second takes it. The site now under threat with Karen responding. Meteor's big gun shows up, and he's got the little one out as well. The one from the bundle. Won't be able to use it with 10 HP inside that smoke. He just backs off. Posts up with the operator again. The snake bite's coming for him. He's got to back off, and he does. A 3rd kill. Oh, a sliver of health. The snake bite will eventually drop him. But Gen.G's got 2 more opponents to take down. One on the way with an ult in the back pocket. I don't know if they'll use it. There's 12 seconds left. This is where we want to see him stick that plant. Oh, but there's no chance with Lakia lining him up through the wall.
Using this time Gen.G, because of the fact that Sassy has his ult again, not going to be used to fake it as he instantly catches both players. Karen, though, has already made it into the corner. They've got to be careful of this. He's done this before. We saw this yesterday. Wins the first duel, but the trade is immediate.
30 seconds left.
I was hoping for a little bit more in the crossfire, but Meteor doesn't land the first, and now caught by some utility. He's brave.
Spike planted.
Sticking around on that angle to look for a fight. His teammate's miles away. If he goes down, the save call might be made. No, he doesn't go down. In fact, he sends them skyrocketing into this round with Sassy alone. Lakia, you know, he wants to just contain him, make sure he can't cross out to main. And now he might have. Be in the back of his line. They're split on the angle, and Sassy isolates one. The second right into his crosshair, matching that of Meteor for a Red Bull clutch.
Right back to the same spot again, confident that he'll hit the shot. Obviously, his teams have also sort of stacked it up over on the C side. Utility being broken, still a chance, but just look, 2 players already. The Meteor goes through. He spots the majority. They're not, oh, just about. I thought that he might have flicked away. Karen's still here though, but he'll be traded out and back again, leaving it all onto Second. 25 seconds left, trying to fake out the plant, but Lakia not wanting to overextend. They've pinged exactly where he is, and Zekan's gonna go hunting, gonna try and take this man down and do exactly that. He's also got a flank coming in from Texture, but already he'll make the realization that this is gonna be a push towards the B site. He's actually gonna go running in, that's the thing. Texture instantly puts the nade, he has to try and stick this, may even go down to it, just 25 HP. But Zekan's still standing, still holding on. Texture just sticking it though. Already gets it to half and looks to try and bait him in. He's got so much time to play with that he has to go back! But Second lands the shot anyway! It's a back-to-back Red Bull clutch for Sen! Clutch, also a plant for Gen.G. We'll get him his ult online. You can see though, Meteor is already set up. The Viper's Pit is great, but it's not going to be that impactful if your opponent has a lockdown.
Especially on this side, Tom, you can very easily box them in, and the only way out is it's a long run. Probably not getting back in. There it is, ultimate ready. You hear the voice line called. Gen.G probably wants to use this a little closer so they have an escape. And in fact, very aggressively used. immediately look at Gen.G's adaptation. They come pushing in towards the spawn angle, but that's where Sassy's waiting, and the orb's obscuring him for just a moment. It's a beautiful angle. He can even get out of here, but they drop it to take a fight together, destroy the lockdown as well. Clinical play from Sentinels, leaving Karen to do it all, and he doesn't stand a chance. Sentinels have earned their way, fought their way back up to 7 at the half. The fall back concedes some of this space. It's a good battle by Gen.G, and they thought they had a lot to work with Meteor sneaking through to B, but he's being caught.
Yeah, it's now back into that awkward scenario. They had so much space, but also that takes off all of that extra Killjoy utility, so they can't really afford to dilly-dally anymore. They're going to have to make their move again, walking into the Lion's Den. Zels is with his utility, but also with his Odin at the back. Hasn't been revealed. He's sat patiently waiting with his gun in hand, and he's going to win the fight again. Oh, even looking to spam through. He's done a lot of damage to Karen, but he's just buying time for the rotation. Oh! You don't really see plays like this every single day. Sat at the back with the Odin in hand, and he's just going to go the sun on his own. Again, another 4K comes out for the side of Sentinels.
Karen's right there. The bullets get very close, but not close enough. Zels is now back on the site, reloading as pressure's applied. The door is open, but all the while Texture is creeping his way towards the stairs. 2 players spotted, 1 up close, and even suspecting 1 near the switch. Zels has a lot of information. Oh, and even the kill on Lakia. The blind fire pays off. Karen's in danger too. He was getting sprayed at. All the while, they're just hoping that on the side of Gen.G, somebody on Sentinels will make a mistake.
Look at where Zekken is. He's pushed all the way up, so he knows that they're not going back in this direction. I like this, though. The adaptation that maybe Sentinels aren't expecting. Never mind. Sassy makes the play, but gets caught out. Even still, though, Meteor's found another. Somehow this round has become competitive. 30 seconds left on the clock. They still have themselves a lockdown available. The spam might actually just about get rid of it. It's still online, at least for now, surviving an extra second, and they haven't been able to put the pressure on. Ten's just got another. Gen.G with 1 more. Leaves it all on to Karen. He's on 1 HP, and through the smoke, Gen.G will close it.
Sentinels closed out Lotus on their defensive half, 13-7. Zekken heated up this map, while Zels had a few big rounds as well. Meteor was huge for Gen.G early on, but it wasn't quite enough. Looking at the agents now for Breeze, Gen.G of course are sticking with their Astra and Yoru team comp, while Sentinels has something a little more standard. Here are some of the highlights from Breeze.
You can do so much damage. As we see, Sentinels have got shields on everybody, the full 150. Those pistols, weaker weapon spams, could be able to take him down already. Texture's able to pick up Gen.G, Lackey on another, Karen, Munchkin, everyone's got their bite of the pie. It's just Sassy left alone. I mean, this is not a round that I expected Gen.G to win, but to dominate.
To even get this far. Texture about to come under pressure, but he's not shying away at all. Maybe he should have done. Zekken's removed him and taken the operator.
A reveal there would have been huge. The spam through the wall after, but nothing to be found. It's a swing out from Zekken, confirms another kill, and Tans answers up. Finally, it looks like Gen.G have been left in the dust here on the defense, and with Munchkin falling, that's confirmed. Karen, 1v4, the first is his. Pulled back a star, but, well, that's going to be quite a while before that's up and online. We're going to bait out the op, but he won't hit the shot. Snakebite up and over. If he's anywhere nearby, it'll take him down. But playing ahead of it, Gen.G spots him. And there's not even an intention to have Meteor go somewhere else, rotate to A if the pressure's there. His gate crashes on site, decoy used. They might even think that's the real one. They do. Flashed on Zekken, he slowed down and peeked out from the side. Munchkin wrapping to get a nice angle, and he found another, and they still haven't found Meteor. He's spraying away, catching the jump up and dropping the spike. These players have to come out of the pit. They're getting a reveal. Meteor staying alive for now, and he's up close to the pit, knowing that they have to emerge from it to pick the spike, but they already have. Gen.G's around the backside, and he's coming right back into the safety of the pit to try to get the plant down. A flash inside, but it's all a decoy to push them towards him as Meteor moves around the other side. This is beautiful play. They're not even looking as he goes back in. And now the plant, sure, it's going to be found, but blinded up, he is stuck in a corner. Gen.G doesn't stand a chance. Good wall to cross in mid. Drone clearing it out, and the pressure on. Lakia's close to the wall. Meteor's already rotated through, albeit he's only got, well, 0 HP now, never mind, not 40. But there's also Karen on the site, and they've managed to chop and change some of these fights. He's in a little bit of trouble there, but it looks like it's going to be fine with Sentinels crossing the site, grabbing the plants, presumably for free. Tag is received. Hunter's Fury is popped. Push up by Sassy. And a headshot angle, one by Texture with 2 kills and a third. He retook it all by his lonesome.
They retake together.
Yep.
Instead, he kills the guy who gets tagged immediately. He hits the most disgusting headshot with an operator. And then just peeks through the Viper screen to kill the last. The guy has no fear. Execute. They're looking to end this quickly. Straight into the site they go. Sassy has at least kicked it off with an opener. The spike dropped for a second, and Meteor desperately low.
But that doesn't deter him. He is still going aggressive and swinging into heavy traffic. Only the one to be found. But with 10s on 5 HP, those pieces can be picked up by someone else. Texture, Munchkin, and Karen. History on the line, but still plenty of opportunities. The pressure won't be felt just yet. Snakebite up and over from Sentinels. They look to push some players on backside out of position. Here comes the util from Sassy. The swing from Karen is good to start. Another for Texture, and there's only 2 on Sentinels left. Sassy does well, but they need to get on this spike, force these players out into an open fight, and it's Sassy to look to punish. Gen.G gets it half, but they're both extremely low. The time is running out, and now it's gone!
Breeze ended up being the most one-sided map of the series as Gen.G took it 13-3. Sassy was the only one shooting back for Sentinels, and they didn't bring much to the table on the attack. Meanwhile, Gen.G were all shooting well today. For the series as a whole, Meteor was on another level. This means that Gen.G goes straight through to the grand final, while Sentinels will verse the winner of our next match. And that match is between PRX and Loud. The loser of this match is eliminated and will take 4th place at Masters Madrid. Loud becoming into this one as a slight favourites, but it should still be a close series. The maps for this series are Ascent for Loud, Sunset for PRX, and then Bind as the decider. Looking at the agents for Ascent, both teams have pretty unprecedented team comps. Loud are back on their Phoenix, while PRX have a race and different initiators. Here are some of the highlights from Ascent.
Been standard even on Ascent.
That's very true.
Playing their Reina Harbor
They're
comp.
not standard on any of the 3 maps we have today.
Who knows which direction it's going to go into. Kawazin taking a peek and a wonder. Will get at least punished for it. Head taken clean off. Less. 3 peeks. Plays looking away, but a nice double face of PRX, making sure that they clean up those mistakes. And now the smoke's dropped down. More exploration into mid. Only a stinger, so Forsaken can't quite take a peek, but will they clear this corner? The peek angle, Sadak might just be able to react in time. He's not going to push it. He's just holding for it. 2 years. Anticipating some sort of reaction there. Something now. He's in a forward close position. Sadak lucky to be alive there with a util out into his hands, but finally with the Paranoia Sent flying. Follow through with Devi. Watching all the appropriate angles and avenues of the plant down 2 versus 2.
Cover going out. PRX are going to be able to pull a lot of time off the clock here, even if Loud is successful.
In the smoke, flash around the corner, but it's an empty site. Fully evacuated. Wall up. This is cheeky. Devi now has to get a move on, pushing forwards. QCK half on the board, finds the first kill. 1 versus 1. Can he win it? To gamble! He's... Oh!
Has he got it?
Time just about!
Yeah. And a team that's readjusted their expectations. Oh, this is a great idea from PRX. They're making it feel like it's full A main exec, and they've got Monyet so deep into tree already. Faking as if everybody's coming towards A main.
Rapid here with a Nightfall as well. Sound cue's cut away. It's going to be breaking the glass and already in their faces. More. They know that they've got a couple of trails, so that's why the nade's rebounding under, below, sees, connects, but there it is. Nade just wrapping around and collecting onto 2 years. Too much to deal with. Rocket in your face. But yet, eager to really prove his worth. High and mighty now, 1 player left standing. You don't need me to say it, you can hear the crowd chanting. QCK.
I don't think he's got any intention of allowing the ace to occur.
Kawansino and Les are still really far away.
Pause in the play, a bit of a break in the timing, at least taking Monyet still with that nade now. Does he choose to use it? Fragment. First wave of it being used out. Here it sends it. Paranoia go flying along with the Dizzy. And it's swarming into the site. Yeah, 3 players into hell. Anything to clear this one. Might have to just jump in. It's a beautiful smoke. 2 years is using it to just divide up this site as well, and it's making it more than difficult. Damn difficult. Have on a defuse. Might make a difference. PRX mind free. Going forwards. Right clicks. Away. An absolute bundle. Different. differential, something running, a mockery. Straight through main. It's unleashed.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Well, they know where he's positioned at the moment, and that's where you should expect the op to play. Many flashes to try to push him off the line.
So to try and defend the line as well. Bit of Odin spam and spray through. Jumping spot, you do not survive that apparently. It's a nice attempt and a nice clearance, but still, as they're trying to swarm the position, they're getting absolutely pounded with artillery. Lesto. 1 HP, man, 1 HP. And maybe more than a dream. He's managed to bring this to a 2v2. Doesn't have the spike though, that was dropped down a little bit earlier.
Look how bold Forsaken is. He just jumped up on the same spot with a classic in hand. 2Es? He's seen it!
Just ulted up there and he just sees him crouched.
That's unreal!
Knee or an elbow, I'm not too sure, but it just pokes out here. But yet, it's on the other side of the map.
And he's thinking, how on earth have my team lost this? What's going on?
Just no shot. I mean, less, of course, being a difference maker. Now, they don't know where Munya is.
They have no idea. And PRX are the kind of team to over-rotate a little on defense, so they assume that he's close.
30 seconds
And now
left.
Monyet's wondering, well, where have they gone? Because if they were just on B, surely they would have got the plant down.
Incredibly winnable. How low these two players are for Munya.
He could kill them both with one nade.
Exactly. The nade, and not just that, went away from the showstopper, but he really wanted to try and seal the deal. Here it is. He's got a lot to clear here, but maybe gifted yet. Bit of that information. Pulls out the rifle, expecting the re-swing. Both the players are towards the back of the site now. A smoke. Drop down, classic out. Thinks twice against it, thinks second against it. Boombot forwards, that's gonna have to be broken. Nade, rebounds, out wide, and now he's just firing. Here's the rocket, talked about it earlier. Pre-fires in the corner, but he guesses incorrectly. And now he's left wondering, which way is 2Es? How did he reposition? Time, ticking, shortly getting away from him. He thinks he's behind the boxes. A miscom perhaps away from it. 2Es wins it out, and a MasterCard Thrifty.
I dodged it.
I did dodge it, but there's a one-way smoke into his face. At least they deal with that, run it back. Divide, does he seek to try and disrespect this timing? Out and through, yes. The PRX players still holding their ground and basically rooted in place. And Les is now going to offload the pit to try and get them through. This is a call.
This is an amazing ult if you're planning to rotate and maybe split or go over to B. It's not that great for going into site, but it keeps a lot of players on site.
Using a nightfall. 2 tags. Here and out, Prowler sent straight through tree, wondering if that split's coming through, but now with 40 seconds, Loud are happy to wait this one out, but which direction are they going to take it towards? A seems like the likely contender.
They've smoked for a B split though, so Forsaken's worried.
30 seconds left.
He's had to watch and peel himself away. Top of mid, eyes onto it, Munyet. Paranoia settling in, Devi inside the smoke, wants to rule that position and take names away from them.
What?
Picked up. He's right behind them.
What?
What is that kind of play? Still, heads are falling and so are the bodies. Toppling down. Time working against them now over the top and running around. Oh my god.
Loud were up 11-9 on their map pick before PRX clawed their way back and won Ascent. Something looks great on the Gecko here, especially on defense where he got 5 first bloods. Looking at the agents for Sunset now, once again both teams running pretty different team comps, especially PRX with their stage no duelist.
Just a call, like there could be that presence into mid.
Les completely alone here. He's going to get overwhelmed. And now PRX are going to understand that this was fake pressure early on over towards A. So Zalek's got to accelerate. They've got to get into the B site. But you've always got to be worried with PRX. Is there still one player hanging around this area? It's going to slow them down slightly.
That's why they're clearing it. Due diligence. Showcase, drone through as well, making sure they're into the back of the site.
Flash.
Players though, deep flash. What's wrong with that? I mean, a Dizzy, a wingman, everybody collided and collected into that deep corner here, but it just don't have the weaponry to really nail them. The paranoia was fantastic, and maybe more so. One player to stand. It's 2Es on 1 HP. Smoking onto the spike, it's turned just like that. Wall up, Devi blocking it, has to be broken here, but a reload for 2Es now, and he's so low that it just feels like he can't get the spam bullets on, spraying through, just needs one to really hit and connect. It's not happening! It's a MasterCard Thrifty.
But 2 players doubled up, Devi and something looking to re-clear.
Yeah, good level of awareness.
And Forsaken also with pretty decent awareness on the other side, even
He's
though that
trapped.
one-way missed.
Yeah, into this corner, he's really stuck here. There's no repositioning, they've overwhelmed them. Doesn't matter about the superior weaponry. Needs to be that refight, the re-peek as well, a little bit. Just wrangling the beast that is their rifles. Aftershock can't be walking too far into this one. Dodging of the flash, Dizzy up into the air, but Sadak, he's taking a fight straight to them, and now frustration really showing. Dodging at the timing, no! The dart just reveals and towards the back, and it's back-to-back Thrifties, man.
Finding them the second round there and getting things back on track. There's that same smoke to try to deny.
Oh my goodness, you're joking. You're joking.
And it gets Cowanzine down.
Not again,
with
that's
the
a spike dropped. And they've gained control and ground and another kill. You cannot be doing this to me now. I'm telling you, the MasterCard representatives will be very happy, but it's not exactly the most picture-perfect Valorant that we've ever seen here. Wingman alerting the presence, at least to know now that a few loud players are here. Spike's still dropped down, but it's coordinated off, and they've obtained those rifles, and they're using them to great success. Now, having to really just brute force their way through. They've gathered the spike up, but listen, they're just spamming it through. One left to stand, Sadak. You can't overcome it. It's back Thrifties. In relation to disappointment, back again here for Loud.
A true roller coaster of emotions. Now, Cowanzine's trying to get Tiles to use this fault line that goes sideways and covers both sides, and they use it to pick off something. So once again, Bren, the team with worse utilities winning it out.
Okay.
I say worse utility, I scrambled my words. I meant worse weaponry. The utility was fantastic. But that's Cowanzine trying to get that deep Tiles position, and this time no one from PRX punishes him for it. It's just a game of playing over various different areas of map control and a little bit of gambling of where PRX want to fight.
CK will lead the charge here, making sure all the areas are cleared. Into the side, Cowanzine dart into a risky position. An attempt of a timing by Mindfreak is immediately punished. 2 left to stand, 2 left to fight. PRX. What have they got in them? Yeah, really wide face there, and he's going to get beamed down straight through the wall. Devi does have the money to make a go of this, but does he really still opt into it?
The thing is, their economy's still in a good spot because we've just been sent through the tombola machine. You never know what's coming out the other side, and we're all getting shaken up and down.
Backside position though, quickly, Devi is going to be swarmed from this position. Molly at the feet, dropping down, and a nailed shot, man. I mean, less. Man free position. Always trying to tuck himself up onto the box here. Are they even going to be aware of it through slow orb at their feet? Cowanzine, a few random bullets. He might think it's cleared. It's not. Patience played to perfection here by Mindfreak. Might be looking for a few more still. He's dropped down to 2 of them. Devi has a gun of his own now, ready for the spray through, ready for the spray down, revealed. Tucks to the corner, sidearm out and wide, but less will put him down and put him to rest here, dodging to the flash, but he's got a lot to overcome now. Positioning flipped around, weaponry handed over. Discipline honed and ready, showcased by PRX. Now listen, the spike is on Less's side, but he's going to have no opportunity to really get a free plan off here. Molly down, running through it, Monyet, and there it is. Round 1, they know it, tucked to the corner, something. Recognizing the win conditions. Guess what? Another MasterCard Thrifty.
Yeah, and also an ace. Tiles flash
mid. Well, it's here already. Forwards in the approach, and he is set up with that util. Run it back, dealt with, and dropped immediately. These ults just tumbling before our very eyes here. The deep hit into B main.
It is a great read though from Les. He realizes that if they're fighting over mid, they can't be doing their normal A setup. So he takes this timing into elbow. There is a chance that a bullet could find the back of something's head here.
Yeah, he's not watching for it, and so he will be falling. Flatlined to the side, and a sight gains now for Les. Going to be calling for the rotate and the pivot. Smokes.
He could drop a pit.
Falling down, he certainly could, and really turn this into more than a winnable spot with 2 years. In that late lurk player dropping like flies. 2v3 here. Loud have a massive advantage here with the pit with the rolling thunder. Really just letting it loose and letting it rip here. Sky high. That's Devi. He's going to be flying forwards and won't be able to withstand any sort of pressure there, leaving it just to Mindfreak now.
Mindfreak's been good at catching 2Es in all of these previous rounds, but finally 2Es gets his value on the lurk. B for retake here. Not going to have any way of being able to challenge this.
Inside the market, Dizzy. What's that connection there onto QCK? So it looks like the wall is intact. Wasn't able to spam it down in time. Forsaken. Tucks. Side by side wants to play together now. Him and something here. Running back forwards, facing with it. The flash is not connecting here. Less from the back, feeling really the heat and the pressure, but Cowanzine seeks to relieve it. And now back into the action and the fight. Rolling thunder committed. You're not getting away with that one, man, yet. Tried to TP to evacuate and escape the ire. Still after shock. Plenty of util left. Where that come from? Mindfreak. 2 on the table now, 2 left to go. Dropping down, knows they're not on it. Peeking through, another tap will force Mindfreak out into the open. Kawazine really seeking to deny this one, not half! Running him down! Mindfreak performs magic before our bloody eyes! And this is now going to take some heroics. There with a knife. What's
He's so
the call
fast.
now for PRX?
He's so fast.
Manya doesn't care, man. Disrespectful in nature. Back though of the head. Flipped up by Kawazine as he does seek out that trade, and he will be granted it. Now to Thrash though. Set this one up forwards here, still slow. Seeking to reposition. Kawazine lays down the law and potentially gives them a fighting chance.
Can he be the hero just when his team needs it? One more onto Forsaken, important, and he takes it.
Good control.
4K in the round.
Something drops him though. No ace to be really looked for. Something pulling this out of seemingly nowhere. 1v1 and Loud. Desperation. QCK knows the position. Throws the molly. Flash round dodge. Juked. Avoided. QCK saves the day.
Actually.
We have seen, you know, when Loud's back is up against the wall, Les tends to take matters into his own hands. Mindfreak taken out. They still have the res online for this one, but Divide with him falling, no longer available.
The reaction from PRX, looking to try to hoover up this B control. Given that Les was peeking over towards Market,
Straight in
it's
there.
empty.
Dizzy committed by something. He's looking to see if he can get himself onto the deeper line. You don't expect that. Drops it. 3 versus 3 now. The knife attack. Info gathered. At least that they know that Les is going to be there, but he's already playing now. High-low setup. The rest of his team out wide here. Something going for the peak. Going for the peak! Catches it in the perfect timing. A bullet to the chest with the IGL down and deleted. 2 left standing. Les. Again, heroics are necessary. And it has to be coming out swinging, traded. 1 to stand, 2 years to do the most. A fake with the TP, a paranoia evaded and dodged and juked, but the crossfire setup is too strong, it's too damn strong, and PRX seal it away. Loud, dropping out. See you later, sent to the airport.
After a back and forth start, PRX run away with Sunset and take it 13-8. Something again was huge here, while Mindfreak stepped up as well. For the series as a whole, you can see the stats there. Again, something was just on another level today. So this means that Loud are eliminated from Masters Madrid. Meanwhile, PRX will verse Sentinels in the lower final tomorrow.